Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today we're looking at Sonic the Hedgehog number 98. It is the very first appearance of Shadow the Hedgehog in the Archie comics, and the first time the comic would adapt Sonic Adventure 2. It would later go on and adapt it again in Sonic Universe number 2, though if there was an attempt between these two issues, I am not aware of it at the time of this video. Anyway, getting into this comic, oh boy, do we have quite the comic here. This has two stories to it. The main story, which is 16 pages, written by Carl Bollers, I believe, and illustrated by Patrick Spaziante. We'll get into this story first, and we'll talk about the next story after that, as it's, well, it's got its own fair share of problems and whatnot, but we'll get into that as we go along. So, let's get started talking about Sonic the Hedgehog number 98 and see if it's any good. We begin the comic 3 months ago. 3 months ago from where? I really couldn't tell you. So, Silver Sonic 2 was apparently reprogrammed by Sonic the Hedgehog, of all people. Yeah, take that in for a second. And is now one of the good guys, and seemingly killed Eggman. Though Eggman was not dead, as you can see here. He was on Prison Island, which was apparently buried underground. That's quite a change from the game, but this comic is definitely changed a few things to better fit into the continuity of the Archie comics, where there are no humans, to my knowledge, only Outlanders, I believe they are called. I would get into that, but I really don't want to, because I don't really know all the facts about them myself, and I think there's just like a whole lot to them in general that I really just don't want to get into for the sake of this review. As it turns out, Dr. Eggman found the diary of his grandfather, Dr. Gerald Robotnik, and over the course of those 3 months, he figured out a way to awaken Shadow the Hedgehog. Now, a week ago from the present, Shadow the Hedgehog attacks a bank, grabs a Chaos Emerald, and very quickly destroys Silver Sonic 2. In the span of a whole page that fight went, so enjoy it. Because that's the last we're going to be seeing of Shadow for a good while in this review. Naturally, the president is kind of upset about all this. And we should probably talk about the art now as well. Honestly, I don't really like it. Now, Patrick is a very good Sonic artist, but I think I know what the problem is here. He did the penciling as well as helped on the colors for all this. And as you can clearly see, he put a lot of work into this comic, especially on the backgrounds. The backgrounds look really nice for the most part. You know, there's some that are just like, white in the back, but, as we'll see like later on as well, he does some really good work in here, and I think it just didn't give him enough time for, the main parts here. Because, man, Rouge looks so bad here. And Shadow as well just kind of looks off. Now, that might be just because, probably just like his first time drawing Shadow. And, that in of itself is, I think can be forgiven. And this is probably like his first time drawing Rouge as well, actually. But man, she just looks a whole lot worse. I think it's like her only appearance in this comic. I don't even know the next time she appears in the comic. I know Shadow doesn't appear again until like issue 124, 125, I believe anyway. Man, this. I really don't like how this comic looks though. But it's not. I struggle to call it bad though, because it's clear that he did put a lot of work into this. Like, this is clearly not some like rushed hack job. But he did get better over the years, and he is certainly one of the best Sonic artists out there that worked on the Archie comics. So it's certainly bad here. I don't really think anyone is really gonna care all that much nowadays. But still, Rouge is so ugly here. I can't get over that. And I'm not even sorry. Okay, anyway, though. The president is not happy, and he gets the military to act quickly. Take down Sonic. And, yeah, they get him pretty fast. I think it was like Alpha Sigma Team 6 that were mentioned in SA2 themselves. Make an appearance here. They're the ones that capture Sonic, and yeah, they get him pretty quickly. At first, Sonic just kind of like rolls right by him, like mowing right through him. But they capture him pretty quickly, just in a little net. World's fastest hedgehog, caught by a net. I would clap, but I'm holding my phone while I'm recording this. So at this point, it's just the beginning of the hero side story. You see Sonic jumping out of the helicopter, he's going down the road, and he's getting attacked by the gun truck. And it says, go buy the game. So, yeah, that's how it ends. So what do I think about this story real quick, before we head into the second extra little story? Well, I don't like it very much. I think having the whole 3 months in the past, then like a week in the past, and then like 24 hours in the past for finally getting to the present was a very bad idea. Though, I do think that they should have had it like be in the present at first, then cut to the past, up to that point. That's what I think, at least. Probably how I would have done it. Another problem is, well, a lot of, there's some pages that just kind of like aren't needed, that I just kind of like didn't show. Like, there's just one page with like this one guy holding the corpse of Silver Sonic 2, and we never see him again. And that page with the president and Rouge, we never see him again. At least in this comic. Because, yeah, they're not in the next story. The next story takes place 50 years before this story. Ugh, god damn it. Okay. So, as an adaptation, I think it's kind of neat how they changed a few things to make it work in with the Archie comics. It's something that you would not see during the Flynn era. During that era of the comics, it would always be another place or another time or something like that. I think the last one they did was Sonic Rush. They did like this little tiny mini adaptation where Sonic and Blaze meet. And I think that was like at the very start of the Flynn era, and I think it was written by someone I think it was actually a backup story in Birthday Bash, which was Ian Flynn's debut into the Archie comics. I could be wrong about that. I'll have to look it up. But I think that is the last time. I think every time after that, it was always the another time of a place sort of story. And those are fine and even kind of funny in their own right sometimes. But, I kind of admire the effort that went into this. And it's something that you really don't see anymore. And I remember hearing a while ago that the Sonic Adventure and this one were forced onto the Archie crew. Like, they had to do these, and they had to just interrupt the story. But I think they did it in the best kind of way that they could at the time. I think I would have preferred if the SA2 adaptation did what the SA1 thing did, but at the same time, I could see how that would probably just not really work. So I have heard that the Adventure one just kind of interrupted every storyline that was going on just so that they could adapt SA1. And especially for fans at the time, that must have really annoyed them, to say the least. I'm not actually sure. I've never read those comics myself. I think you can read them, though. I think they are in those little Sonic archives. I think before they got canceled, I think they were able to get the whole Sonic Adventure storyline out there. So if you could find those, I guess pick those up, online or something if you can, or just, read them online somewhere else. I hear they're good, but anyway, let's move on to the second story, and it's gonna go by a lot quicker because there's really not much to say about it. The second story is called As the Shadow Awakes. It's written by Ken Penders and illustrated by Ron Lim. And as you're going to see, it has some problems. Now, I really do not like this little story. And part of it is the art. Gerald Robotnik's face does not change, except for one time, but we'll get to that. His face, you're going to see. I have all 8 pages here. I don't care that it's all 8 pages. I want you to see how many times this man's face fucking changes. It's a total of once. Even when he's being carried away to his fucking execution, he has the same goddamn face on his expression on his face. Face on his face. God damn it. We'll get to that. We'll get to it. So the story starts out with Gerald Robotnik awakening Shadow, or Shadow awakening. Honestly, I really don't care at this point. And then Gunn comes in. And don't ask me who this guy with the blue hair and the red shirt is, because Oh yeah. He's the gun commander before Abraham Tower. This is 50 years before the events of the main series here. Let's see. So, yeah, he's probably dead. And I don't really care enough to learn his name. I want to say it was Hugo Brass, but I think that was the guy in the main book with the Sigma team, Alpha 2 Turbo. Fuck, what was this guy's name? Oh, fuck, I don't really care. So, yeah, he comes in, and Gerald gets Maria and Shadow out of there. Shadow escapes, Maria gets shot, and in a very, very sudden transition in the same page, they're suddenly on the Space Colony Arc one panel, then suddenly they're on Prison Island. There was like no transition. It just cuts to the island, and you can see it. You can see it right now, assuming I did my job editing this right and had the picture in the right place. But if I didn't, you'll still see it. They're just suddenly at there, and at first Gerald's continuing his work. Then they're like, nah, let's kill him. And they kill him. And they're like, alright, let's just seal this place up. Who needs this advanced technology that we can't understand anyway? Let's not even try to learn it or anything. We're just gonna seal it up. Screw it, we don't want this advanced technology. We're not gonna learn about it. We don't care. Oh, and Maria has like brown hair in this. And his face never changes. Why does his face never change? Okay, but yeah, you can probably see why I don't like this story. I really don't like the art either. No, I would say no offense to Ron Lim, but I've never even heard of the guy, so I'm guessing he probably is just like one of the earlier artists, because I don't believe he was around for like the Flynn era. I could be wrong about that, but I don't recall any stories with his art in the background or anything. As this is something like one of the background stories. I mean, I could be wrong. He could have like been there for like years into the Flynn era, and I'm just like being a total idiot right now. But we'll find out. I mean, I'll find out because I'm gonna look it up after this. I mean, I might, probably won't. Probably forget while editing. But anyway, his face never changes. What's up with that? But yeah, I don't like the art, and I don't like the writing, and it's bad. Like, I appreciate the attempt to make it fit in with this continuity, but pretty sure this story gets retconned out of existence later. Because we know that Shadow and Maria were friends on the Ark. And in this story, they've known each other for like 2 seconds, and then Maria's dead. Okay. Like, as soon as Shadow wakes up, he sees her, watches her die, and then goes to Mobius. And years after this, we do see that Shadow and Maria knew each other to some extent. So I'm thinking this story is just like retconned out of existence, and I don't blame him. In fact, I don't even think this guy ever even appears again. I don't even think he's ever mentioned again after this. Though I could be wrong about that too. There were a lot of comics after all. But yeah, I don't like this story. It sucks. Oh, and look at this. On the page where his face actually does change, you can see his tooth. There's a little black line, and then there's the white shirt of the dude in the background. I did not see that black line for a while, until I just kind of zoomed in, and I realized that no, it's not just like his teeth like coming out, that little black line is there, but like, unless you zoom in, or like I guess like have like a physical copy of this, and like look in close, it really does look like his teeth are just like kind of just like out there and stuff. So yeah, that's it. I'm done. Doing this all just kind of like one little take thing, because I don't really care that much about this story. I got the main event. Also, Shadow's like barely in this. So yeah, what do I think about this comic overall? Overall, this comic just sucks. I don't like the art. I don't really like the writing. I mean, Spaz's art is actually kind of growing on me the more I look at it, and I still do like the backgrounds, but that's about it. This is not a good introduction to Shadow the Hedgehog into the Archie series, and this is not a very good SA2 adaptation. Don't read it. Go read Sonic Universe number 2. It's one of my favorite Sonic comics out there. It is very good. So, yeah. Come back next time, though, as things get hotter. Because we'll be talking about Blaze next. And it's not anything weird, I swear. It's just a simple comic review. I swear, it's not weird. Okay, bye. Wait, I forgot to talk about the cover. Yeah, I like it.